Chong Wei Li is furious.
He's upset. 100%.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of Axe Cake Picks, episode 133, presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. A little more on them in just a little, but today is Friday, Freaky Friday, August 30th, 2024. And Joe, football is here. I know this is an MMA show, but I wish I was in Morgantown, baby, right now. How you doing?
Vibes are high. Vibes are immaculate. Yeah, you know, combat sports, kind of taking a break with the UFC off. So, yeah, we can focus on the opening week of college football and, you know, full swing in the NFL. But, you know, there was some events this weekend. This morning, One Friday Fight 77. And just so you know, BKFC Prospect Series returns in Edmonton and now take place tomorrow night. So a couple of the events that we aren't discussing on today's show.
Yeah, you mentioned week one in college football, and smart of the UFC to take a hiatus for just a week. You know, they probably weren't going to get the best ratings, I would say. Everyone's probably locked and loaded on game day tomorrow. So smart that they took the week off. But yeah, we're locked and loaded. We still have some picks that we'll give out a little later on in the show. We'll recap Dana White Contender Series. We got Bash in Berlin. We'll head over to Germany. They're doing their little press conference right now. I don't know if you caught it in the morning, but Dom and Liv, whoo, they are hot together, man. I'm telling you, on stage and everything. We got the Austrian native Gunther headlining. That will be amazing as well. We got some news towards the end of the show. I got an updated 6-week boxing schedule for everyone as well. And then Joey will take care of us later at LFA 191 tonight in Sao Paulo, Brazil. But Joe, 2-3, not the best Dana White Contender Series this weekend, but 4 of the 5, and our boy Nikki Pachachiri, or the wrestler, all-state wrestler, only winner to miss out, but Malcolm Wellmaker, what power this man has. Brogdon Grad, that fight between him and Matt
it was a barn burner.
Oh my God. And you know, Dana White, they gave them both their show and win money plus $5,000 for the war that they went on. Dana White, Michael Aswell didn't get a contract, but he says he will be signed to the UFC on a short notice opportunity, but he does miss up on a full contract. But Bergon Grad was able to get a contract. But what'd you think of Tuesday and all the fights that we had?
Yeah, it was just tough to start off with, you know, Nick, you know, getting that win and not getting the contract. You know, I'm missing out on the dogs. The dogs are not barking in the Dana White Contender Series. I put a statistic up. I think they're 2-11 right now when it comes to the dogs. So they are not barking in Dana White's Contender Series. And, you know, the favorites that I'm picking, they're not getting contracts. Nick Piccinini didn't get a contract, and last week Torres Finney did not receive a contract. So the wins that I'm getting, you know, they're not getting the contract. So, I mean, that's what you get with the Dana White Contender Series. Very volatile. You know, you don't know where to go. Some of the dogs will bark from time to time, but it just seems this year they're not as they were like years prior. So, yeah, like you mentioned, it looked like Bramheld could have stayed behind the jab, what I mentioned, but Wellmaker, he had to stay away from that power. And he went right into it, and he met that haymaker from Wellmaker. So,
no pun intended.
Marco Tully, I know you kind of glazed over, but dude, he had that spinning liver shot. Duclos was down and out for the count, so that was pretty sick, and he deserved that finish and contract there. You know, to two gentlemen that had a barn burner match. Michael Aswell, I knew he, you know, with the level of competition he's fought. You know, I think it was Fury. He became a champ there as well. Literally, no pun intended. He seems to be a dog, and you know, to fight through that cut, man, kudos to him. Bogdan Ground, he's been biting at the heel, nipping at the heel to get this opportunity, and he finally got it. So that main event, though, was the most lackluster fight of the lot, to be honest with you. Yeah. Liam Anderson, the White Widow, was a letdown. I put my money on him, thinking he was live, and Andre Pulev, he just had an answer for him. So, man, it was tough sledding to go 2-3, but you know, I'm going to get on the board again come Sunday's episode, and we'll try to get some winners back for you guys.
Oh, fucking yeah. Now, it seems like the common theme is you need a finish to get a contract. Absolutely. Even though Nick P, our guy, you know, it was a warrior. He showed tough grit. A lot of people thought he actually lost. I thought he won rounds 2 and 3. I thought it was very close. I thought the control time, but he took it on 10 days notice. The guy is ready. And, you know, for as much as it was a war between Bogdan Grad and Michael Aswell, and they're giving Aswell a short notice opportunity. I think the same could be said for Nick Penatiki. So do you expect him to get a short notice opportunity or another shot at a UFC contract?
Yeah, I do think he deserves one. That's where I would say personally, but man, the UFC's been very cutthroat with this, and I think he's gonna have to do the Torres Finney route. I think he's gonna have to go and get some fights and other promotions before he gets that call. So yeah, unfortunately, I do. As we had him and had money on him, I was like, man, the judges are going to have to give him this one because I had him losing the first and I had him losing the third. I think he lost the exchanges on the feet. I don't think he won.
Yeah, definitely.
The feet, but his wrestling did come into play, and if it came to some scrambles, he came out advantageous. He was in more dominant positions, but Jack Duffy was a dog in those spots, and no one got a contract from the fight. I was going to say that, the way I saw it, though he lost, I would actually have thought that Jack Duffy actually earned a contract, but I think either of these guys, just like Michael Aswell, could receive a late-minute replacement fight in the UFC if they really need to. They will call these guys. And I think any of the, previous Dana White Contender Series guys, if they are close to getting to the show, they very well may get that call.
Yeah, Nick Pancatieri, he always has that wrestling in his back pocket, but definitely he was losing the exchange.
I'm sorry.
In the feet, but yeah, he was definitely getting tagged up. Any other thoughts on the Contender Series?
No, I was just making it fun because you hit up. I think it's Pickaninny. I think that's how you pronounce it, Pickaninny. And we've had 3 different Nicks with how you pronounce. I'm busting you, but no, man. I think we got some well-established fighters in week 4. So for the 2024 week 4, I think I'll have something special for you. I think we move on from this week 3 going 2-3. I want to get another week 2 record where I went 5-1, 4-1.
All right, let's try to get back on the winning track. And before we get to our picks for Bash and Berlin, a quick word from our sponsor, Viva Tequila. I'm already drinking a Viva right now. Like I said, I got the weekend already. It's already the weekend for me, kid. Got a nice long day weekend, Labor Day weekend for everyone. But why don't we crack open a Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition, with only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5. I don't know about the 4.5 because after a few of them, maybe I'm just a lightweight, but they get to you. But it's the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with the active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or watching the boys in Morgantown upset those bastards from Penn State, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco for that tequila. Subtle and refreshing drink, I believe, here at Axe Kick Pigs and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, Joe, let's get to it. Let's head on over to Europe. We'll go and take on the Bash in Berlin. Have you been keeping up with Raw, SmackDown, and everything else with, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens?
Yeah, honestly, Dom and Liv are kind of been stealing the show a little bit.
I love them.
But, NXT has been good. Bronson Reed, man, I know he's not really involved in this, but, he's been on a warpath, bro, just destroying everything in his way. So, yeah, I've liked what I've seen the past couple of weeks, and I think I got a pretty good beat on what's going to happen here.
Yeah, we got 5 fights, 3 title fights, 1 that might get added tonight, the American title or USA title. We'll see on Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know if it will, but we will start with not a title fight. It's the woman. Oh, no, we'll start. Women's Tag Team Championship.
Let's do it.
Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill trying to get the belts back against Isla Dawn and Alba Fry.
The unholy union.
I will let you go first because I have a take that might take you by surprise, but I need you to go first.
Right on, man. It was the unholy union. I took a double take when I saw that name. I'm like, the only thing I remember that wasn't that Bam's show, Bam Margera's The Unholy Union.
I have no idea.
Big Bam Margera guy. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Yeah, the unholy union have been on a roll. Alba Fire, right, and Isla Dawn. They have been good champions. I'll be honest. Since getting their debuts into the main roster from NXT, they've been tearing it up. But Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they're too dominant of of wrestlers to not get the belt here. And I think that we've had some, a little bit of stagnancy with the Unholy Union as champions. So I'm going to go with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. I had odds posted up, but Unholy Union was minus 200, the favorites, and Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill were the dogs at plus 150. So I saw some value. Obviously, I made my picks before the odds, and once I saw some plus man, I was like, perfect. I love this spot for them. And they could get it back and make the titles a little more relevant. Not that they're not doing so. I think the tag team ability of the Unholy Union are great. I just think that it may be time for a change with the women's tag team division here. And we're still trying to grow Jade Cargill. How can we put her in these title matches and not give her the belt? So I see tremendous value on them here. Too talented not to win. I think it's time we give it back to the girls, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Yeah, candidly, I have no idea how this match could play out. Not because, the WWE has crafted, a great storyline or presented teams that are competitively even, I would say, but because it seems like these two really aren't supposed to be in the title picture. They won the title at Clash of Castle, and it felt like an opportunity to reward the Scottish crowd. And I don't know. I feel like Belair and Cargill are far bigger draws, and they feel invincible without titles. Like you said, how do you make her a bigger star? You put her in, you make her a champion. So I think the WWE will correct the course here, get new champions. I agree. I'm going to take Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to win the title. Now, this fight, very interesting. The Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Mommy Rhea Ripley taking on Dirty Dom Mysterio, and Liv Morgan.
Hey, I think, hold on. Let me butt in. I think you got it mixed up. Bro, have you been following? Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest are the Terror Twins. And Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Carlito, and all of them, that's the Judgment Day, my boy. So
they're the OGs, though.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it really can't be the Judgment Day without them two, without the Terror Twins. But I mean, they're running with it. They took over the group, Finn Balor as the leader, and the Terror Twins are on their own. And if you want me to just go ahead and give you my thoughts on the matter,
you got it.
This fight? Man, I like Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest in this spot. They're the favorites here at minus 325. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio are plus 215. That speaks a lot more towards Dominic Mysterio's in-ring capability. I think Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan have proved that they're kind of neck and neck. Liv Morgan has grown to be a superstar in the women's division, obviously winning the belt straight up against her, and that's proven me wrong in a lot of the spots that I faded her. So I got to fade her again because I do think Dominic Mysterio is going to be the issue here. I think Damian Priest gets in the ring with Dominic Mysterio and he bullies him around. I think that you'll get good entertainment value and good wrestling back and forth between Liv and Rhea. But, man, if Dominic's in the ring, Damian has to come in the ring. And if Damian's in the ring, Dominic's got to come in the ring. So, with that being said, Damian Priest pins Dominic Mysterio, and I'm going to take the Terror Twins with the win.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go the other way. I feel like Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they're obviously the more competitive, better fighters or wrestlers, I guess you could say. More impressive in ring.
Who plays better mind games
than the Lovebirds, I would say, with Mysterio and Morgan. I just think, I feel like this is the most straightforward way to continue the feud, though, is to make Liv and Dom win, And if the WWE... Yeah, if the WWE opts in to give, I guess, the German crowd an easy pop, it might even the numbers by, maybe the Judgment Day does come in and try to help Damian and Rhea Ripley. So, it could go either way, but I do think Dom and Liv, it's the easiest way to go to continue the storyline.
There's no way that Damian Priest gets pinned by Dom, though, right? It's going to have to be a Liv Morgan victory over Rhea Ripley, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre,
like
the strap match.
Woo!
The strap match. I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take CM Punk, the best to ever do it. Drew, he got the SummerSlam win, which I predicted. I thought that was the best way to kind of end the summer. We're in fall already. So, which means Punk's gonna get his win back and then even things up. It's gonna be 1-1. The focus on Punk's friendship bracelet in that SummerSlam match you know, I felt like it was met with mixed reactions. You know, I feel like this match, a strap match, should provide the violence that we were kind of missing. So I love that aspect to it. I don't think this is going to end things between McIntyre and Punk, but if, you know, if we're following wrestling logic like we have for our whole lives, I think Punk gets the win to heat up a third meeting between these two, likely at Survivor Series. Give me CM Punk. I think he wins.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. And the reason being is it looks to be that when it's in a straight up kind of match, Drew McIntyre, the physical capability, the size, you know, getting like the realistic, you know, expectation from them, you know, squaring off, it makes sense that Drew would come out victorious. But CM Punk's the one who introduced the strap. He's the one that's trying to, you know, play the better mind games, take the advantages against Drew McIntyre and try to beat him any way he can. And only he himself, CM Punk, when he went and attacked Seth Rollins, wound up losing that match on his own. So I think the CM Punk is trying to right the wrong that he kind of did to himself there by, like I said, introducing the strap. Now we have the strap match, and this is a way for him to win. Maybe he wraps it around Drew McIntyre's neck for a choked, unconscious victory. So I see, you're right. I see this feud continuing, and the only way that does is if CM Punk wins here and makes it 1-1 as the rivalry heats up.
Let's go to the undisputed WWE Championship between the champion Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. High on the Canadian kid, but can he dethrone Cody Rhodes?
Oh man, you know, it's like man, you see back in the day, you got you know, you got these up and comers. It's not really. I'm trying to put the words for it. Okay, give me a pause. Give me a second here. I'm like looking at the history of everything. It's like I'm seeing Batista look at the title. I'm seeking out like all these like champions like that were like, you know, friends with you, you know, looking at the title and wanting it. And something tells me that we've seen it before. Kevin Owens has turned face plenty of times and turned heel. So if Kevin Owens doesn't get a victory here, I think he snaps, man. I think we get a Kevin Owens heel turn here on a loss. So I got to go at Cody Rhodes. I mean, the odds are stacked in his favor. He's minus 6,000. Kevin Owens is plus 1,500. So, I mean, the odds don't say who's going to win this match. And I don't know what will tell you that way. I picked Cody Rhodes to begin with, and I saw the odds. It just confirmed it for me. But I think the X factor in this match is if we have the guy who's been looking at the belt does decide to turn heel and betray his, you know, friend in Cody Rhodes. And so I see Kevin Owens being able to do that. And then I think he could create rivalries with like Sami Zayn or, you know, anyone down the line. We've seen ones in the past. So who knows what's in store for Kevin Owens if he does turn heel, if he doesnn't get this title shot, maybe a USA title, Intercontinental title. I mean, there's anything open for him, or it'd be surprising to me in this matchup that he doesn't turn heel and he stays face, because I just don't see much for him as a face in this path. I mean, he could keep playing the face and playing the nice guy and team up maybe with Sami Zayn and others, but I don't know. I want to see the you know, that nasty Kevin Owens, that fight Owens fight back, and maybe just do something with that we don't expect, and he turns on Cody come tomorrow.
Yeah, I just don't see the WWE, you know, willing to take the title off Rhodes. And I feel like a quick feud after spending 2 years preparing him to be the company's top star, you know, Rhodes and Owens. I feel like it should be a really good match. And I think this match is going to remind people how good Kevin Owens actually is, because he is a very good talent. And I think it also add another strong title defense to Cody's reign as well. So I don't know. I think there's little doubt here Rhodes retains the title. I think the more interesting question is how well the superstar's friendship endures by the night end, to your point as well. So exactly. We'll see. I just don't think they change titles. After building up Cody Rhodes this big to lose it at Bash of Berlin, it doesn't make sense. But I do think this fight more or less will put Kevin Owens over and how good he is. So yeah. I agree. I think Cody Rhodes retains the title. And let's get to it. The main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Our champion, Gunther, will take on the Viper, Randy Orton. Vintage Randy Orton. I will let you go first.
Yeah, man. You know, the most controversial yet successful, the 3 most devastating letters in sports entertainment history. I mean, dog, you know, I got to go all in on Randy Orton here. You know, obviously it's stacked against him. Gunther has been exactly that, what I mentioned, the ring general. and he's been controlling his opponents. And it's going to be hard to see him lose here, especially in his own backyard. But man, all it takes is that. It takes one RKO, and it could change the whole tide to Randy Orton's favor. And I had him, like I said, I had all my picks prior to seeing the odds, and Gunther's minus 5,000, Randy Orton's plus 1,200. Obviously, not only is it stacked in the storyline against him, but it is stacked in the odds against him, taking the plus money, taking the value, and taking him to tie John Cena with 15-time world heavyweight champion in the WWE. And one of my favorite of all time. They're just one of the coolest wrestlers there's ever been, Randall Keith Orton. Like you said, we've seen him in too many different. He's still the youngest champion to ever have. I got to go with Randy Orton. I ain't changing the ship here. Just the longevity, just everything about him. He looks in the best shape that he could be. Like he's ready for this moment, and he'll prove a lot of the doubters wrong and prove that a lot of the new guys that, hey, he's still got it, and he's here to stay.
I think we're not considering the fact this is scripted as well and our handicapped as well. But I just like Cody Rhodes, I don't think similar to Gunther, excuse me. I don't think
dominant as champions right now, man.
Well, not even that. I just think it's the WWE won't be able to take off the title off of Gunther. I think Randy Orton, as much as I love him, he's the perfect first challenger for Gunther's title reign. You know, Orton is a made man, as much as I'm a made man in the WWE roster as anyone ever. And losing here will do him no harm. You know, I also think winning here for Gunther also builds Creed, you know, picking up a second win over Orton. He already has one over him, controversially defeated him at King and Queen of the Ring. So I don't know. I don't think there's real mystery in the result here, especially in Germany, close to his home country in Austria. You know, he's going to have the home crowd. You know, Orton, he settled into a nice role as the dangerous veteran on the roster, but I think he's going to put over Gunther here. This is the perfect spot for him. They headlined this for him. Give me Gunther. So
I love that. And, you know, he's a consummate professional. As we spoke about, you know, like The Undertaker, The Rock, these guys, they know how to build other superstars. And exactly what you said, by doing so, you put the other guy over.
100%. So, like I said, early start time tomorrow, August 31st, last day of August, 1 p.m.
I'm going to be locked in.
Locked in. How many TVs and screens do we have?
Not enough.
Not enough. You guys can find it on Peacock. Outside of North America, though, it's on the WWE Network. But, 1 o'clock start time. The card's probably around 3 hours long, so get you ready right into this afternoon slate of college football. But other than that, kid, got some news before we get over to LFA. UFC Tampa. We got a quick turnaround for our girl, Tracy Cortez. She's going to take on Miranda Maverick December 14th down in Tampa. I like this matchup. A nice little bounce back, and I think this could be a good spot for Tracy to get back into the win column. Tough girl wrestler, but I think she did well against Rose.
Yeah, absolutely. Tracy's ranked number 12. What's her name ranked?
Miranda Maverick.
Oh, she's not even ranked anymore. She was, though, at one point. Was she not?
Yeah, she was. But
wow. So, I mean, that's a little
Genesis the breaks.
Yeah, I mean, you know, back when Miranda Maverick was starting out, we saw a lot of talent with her, and we saw that, you know, she could make a name for herself in the top 15, but obviously we see that she has fallen off. And a quick turnaround for Tracy Cortez as she stepped in late notice. She could be more ready for this fight. And, you know, I would actually lean with Tracy Cortez being the ranked opponent, you know, defending herself. I like this spot, and it's going to be in Tampa. I think I would take Tracy Cortez in this spot.
Yeah, I would too. We don't have numbers, but we said, you know, this is a quick turnaround for Tracy Cortez. Rose is fighting earlier in Edmonton, headlining it November 2nd. So it's even a quicker turnaround for Rose Namajunas. Right. I'm trying to see if we have odds. No odds yet for Tampa, but once we do, I'll let you know how they go. But your boy, Pat Sabatini, he has a fight, UFC Vegas 98 at the Apex, October 4th or the 12th, against Jonathan Pierce. A hell of a fight for Pat Sabatini.
What is that? JSP, right? Jonathan Pierce, man. He's honestly really technical, bro. And Pat Sabatini has looked a little rough on the feet. I think, you know, Jonathan Pierce could match him with scrambles. Now, when it comes to just the technical wrestling, Pat Sabatini and his jiu-jitsu may have the edge. But I think if he can keep moving down on the ground, man, Jonathan Pierce can keep things interesting, and especially on the feet, he can mix it up well. So I might be leaning Jonathan Pierce in that matchup. You know how much I like Pat Sabatini, you know, Philly guy, and those guys over there, they're killers. Your iron sharpens iron. But
yeah,
But I do like the matchup.
And then UFC Edmonton, speaking of that, we got another Canadian. Got to put all the Canadians on the card. Mike Malott, he was supposed to be on that Denver card.
That's right.
Was that, but he did not. He has a fight now against Trevin Giles, UFC Edmonton, November 2nd. You like this fight for Mike Malott? Different opponent.
Yeah, but Trevin Giles is tough, man. I'll be honest with you. That's a tough matchup for him. Mike Malott taking on Trevin Giles. Let's see where he's at. I think we had Mike Malott getting iced by Neil Magny. Isn't that what happened his last time out?
Right?
Yeah. He got ground and pound in the third round when he was winning, I think, the first two, but that third round
he was winning all three, though.
was it? And it was literally just the last part. He just gassed, and Neil got him, man. So, two straight losses. Look who he's lost to for Trevin Giles. This is the level that he's on. He goes in to beat a Preston Parton. And actually, hold on. Mike Malott and Trevin Giles fought in Fury Pro Grappling 6, and Mike Malott got a victory over him in the grappling aspect. So, hey, Mike Malott seems to have the advantage in the grappling, but now we get the hands, involved. And look at the guys he fought. Like I mentioned, Trevin Giles. Preston Parsons gets a win over him, but his last two, he has been finished, but it's against Gabriel Bonfim and Carlos Paredes. These guys are absolute killers and studs. Maybe Trevin Giles rights his wrongs with the two tough opponents that he's lost to consecutively and the loss in grappling he has to Mike Malott.
I love it. Yeah, Mike Malott grappling. Can he stay all the course and stay not gas out? That is the $1 million question. Yeah. We will see. UFC 309 at Madison Square Garden, November 16. Nikita Krylov will take on Asmat Murakanov. You like this fight for Nikita Krylov? That's a banger of a fight.
I haven't seen him in a while. I like this return fight for him, but Azamat, bro.
Beast.
K Dojo, like alpha dog, right? He's like leading that pack, man, into the UFC. Still undefeated. You said dark horse of the division. If he didn't have a number attached in a name, I would have absolutely have agreed. As much as I do like Nikita Krylov, this is a win that Asmat needs in his career. So I'll be honest, I'll be favoring the Jersey Dot. I think Asmat Murzakanov, he's got to prove me wrong otherwise. I'm going to keep riding this dude until I see him lose. If once he loses, then maybe we start taking into consideration. But, I mean, this guy hasn't come close. He's been literally what his nickname has been. He's been the professional.
Yeah, all the talent is there. He just has to go out there and execute. Hopefully he does that and gets back on the train November 16th in his own backyard in Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Little boxing news, updated 6-week boxing schedule. Obviously, next week we'll talk about on Sunday for Monday's episode. We got Inoue taking on TJ Dortley, Canelo Alvarez against Edgar Berlanga. Who else? So we got Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, September 21st. It's sold out already. His Excellency said
October's looking great.
Well, before that, September 27th, we got the GWOAT, Alicia Bumgarner. She's fighting as well. October 12th.
We got two GWOATs. We got Clarissa Shields and Alicia Bumgarner.
Both of them. Both GWOATs. Yeah. And we have upcoming quote. We have Sky. She's fighting October 12th as well on that Artur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, Shakur Stevenson. He's fighting as well.
Stacked card in October.
No, in October, your boy Junto
Nakatani. Yeah,
Nakatani. He's fighting as well. What are you most looking forward to the next 6 weeks? Canelo got Inoue next week.
Yeah, we're talking about the Naoya Inoue.
He's fighting again.
I'm expecting big things from him again, but yeah, obviously it's the October card, man. That Saudi Arabia card is going to be absolutely stacked from opening bell to closing sequence, man. So I'm most excited for that. That's the one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, co-main event, Shakur Stevenson versus Chor Cordana. What a fight. Sky Nicholson's on the undercard. I mean, how is that possible? That's when you know it's a stacked ass card.
Yeah.
But yeah, kid, that's all I got on the boxing. Take us off. LFA 191 tonight, 9 p.m. Sao Paulo, Brazil. If you guys can catch it tonight, 9 p.m. on UFC Fight Pass.
Yep. I'm glad that they made their way to UFC Fight Pass because, open up the, viewers to a lot more viewers. So it is a featherweight matchup for the main event. Wellington Prado is minus 225 against Kawini Lopez at plus 190. Wellington Prado has been a focal point for LFA, and I can understand why they want him favored here. But, he's on only a 1-fight win streak, which came through a decision. The fight he lost prior to that, he got knocked out in the first round. Leal Lopez is on a 10-fight winning streak with a bunch of finishes. I took a dog last week and it hit. We're hoping to make this 3 weeks in a row, and I'm taking another dog with Leal Lopez at plus 190. So let's keep it going. Looking to get you tremendous value for always when we get to 10 seconds left, and I'm looking to continue it here. So give me Queenie Lopez, Leal plus 190 for LFA 191.
Joe, let's stay hot. Thank you so much. Favorite game on the weekend, college football slate. Let me hear it.
I got to be a homer. Georgia versus Clemson. I want to see how good Clemson is. If Clay Klubnik could, keep it afloat and see if they're going to be competitive with Georgia. If they get blown out of the water, then I think it's a little letdown, not only for, Clemson, but all of ACC, because FSU loses. Granted, you could give credit to Georgia Tech, but we had higher expectations for these more national teams, if you would.
I mean, swing it. It's like Boy Meets World. Swing it. Whenever Dabo's pushed against the wall, we're going to see a good game. I love it. I just hate that it's at the Mercedes Dome. Play in Athens. At Athens.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Between the hedges, it'd be crazy over there. And I'm sure
corporate America and all these politicians getting an advertisement. It's all fucking corrupt politics.
But,
and I hate it.
And it's still going to be a really favored Georgia crowd, of course. It's still in Atlanta. It's still down there. So, obviously the crowd's still going to be in favor of them. But I think it gives, Clemson, I guess, more of a chance in a sense, but it could have been on their field as well. I like the pageantry.
Just flip-flop every week or every season. Go to Clemson next year.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
It's the pageantry.
I hate dome football. I
don't like it. I like outdoors. Like, that's why the Rose Bowl is the best to me, because it's so beautiful every time we see a Rose Bowl, and the open Coliseum is just fantastic. So, I think that the pageantry, man, I think that, there's a reason that they're putting the pageantry on full display now in the playoffs. The first round of the playoffs, we're having games at these, team stadiums at their home fields. I think you're right. Going forward, if they're going to keep playing one another, we put them on their home fields, not in a neutral field.
Yeah, love it. That's going to start off the day, 12 o'clock. I also like, obviously, the Penn State-West Virginia game, and then at the Swamp. Screw Mario Cristobal. He's going down to the Swamp, baby. He never played at the Swamp before. Go Gators, baby. Joe, thank you so much. That is going to do it for this Friday edition of Axe K Picks. On behalf of Joey, myself, Viva Tequila, all the good people over there, go check them out. That's going to do it for this Friday edition. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Good luck. God bless. And let's go Mountaineers, baby.